So check this out. When I type a keyword into Claude, it'll start to research Perplexity for this specific topic. And then when Perplexity is finished, Claude can write content about it. Today you can build an AI agent workflow in 5 minutes that makes Claude and Perplexity and Notion talk to each other. So imagine Claude can analyze any topic with the help of Perplexity and can write everything straight to your Notion. So you can create presentations, reports, LinkedIn posts 10 times faster. And even more, imagine Claude could get information from your Notion too. For example, writing templates to create better content, or a lead's business name to get background information. So in this example, I'll go over to my Notion database, I select the writing template, and Claude will use this template to write content. And once it's ready writing, I'll send it over to Notion. And here we go, the text appears in Notion where I can further edit and refine it. I can even schedule and post content straight from Claude to all of my social media channels. But that's for another video. If you'd like to see how I do that, drop a comment below and I'll make a video about it. So in the rest of the video, I'm gonna give you 2 super valuable use cases of how this workflow can basically transform the way you do your work today. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I set this up in the end of the video in less than 5 minutes. So what you saw in the introduction is what we call an AI agent workflow inside Claude with the help of MCP. Don't worry if things like AI agents or MCP service confuse you. I'm gonna explain everything step by step. I'm not gonna go into the specific technical details here, but in essence, MCP is a way for apps to share information with an AI model and allow an AI model to perform tasks inside those apps. So the AI model can basically control different apps and make them talk to each other. And the cool thing about MCP is that we don't need to explain anything to Claude how to use these apps that we connect to it. Claude intelligently understands what we ask it to do, and it knows how to interact with the different apps to make it happen. So if you can't already imagine the possibilities that this opens up, let's get started with our first use case. I'm gonna use a project that I already created, and what I'm gonna do in this example is I'm gonna create a competitive analysis using Perplexity to research this topic. So I'm gonna compare make.com and N8N just as an example, and I'm gonna write a LinkedIn post about it. So this is the project instructions. I'll link to it in the community, and I'm just gonna type a basic prompt in the chat box, analyze and compare to 2 software tools, make.com and N8N, use Perplexity. Gonna hit enter and see what happens. So as you can see, it starts running Perplexity. It asks me if I allow this. I'll hit OK, and it's running Perplexity ask. So you can see here what Claude used to prompt Perplexity, and it researched Perplexity in the background. So now it knows everything about Perplexity. You can see the result here. So it has a lot of detailed information about N8N and make.com. Because I set up the project information to ask me what I want to do next. So it asks me what angle I would like to focus on, and I'm going to tell it to how to leverage these tools when using AI for business purposes. So it's going to run Perplexity again. In the meantime, I'm going to open my Notion and I'm going to go to my writing templates. So the idea behind the writing template workflow is that we get a writing template stored in Notion. These templates I gathered, these are all sourced from viral posts, and they act as a blueprint to write new content. Then we get the researched topic. So from Perplexity, we get the researched content, and inside Claude, these 2 are merged into new original content. And I have a bunch of writing templates here stored in my Notion database. And I'm just gonna browse here and see which one would be interesting for this specific use case. I can even ask Claude to search, but I like a little bit more control. So I'm gonna look for some comparison template. I think I have one. So I think I'm gonna go for this one, the crash course. So Claude is finished with writing about N8N and make.com. Let's see what it created. Okay, just for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna move forward, and I'm gonna tell Claude to use my Notion writing template, the crash course. So now it's gonna try to retrieve this template from Notion. I just have to allow it. So this looks different than the template that I had in mind. So I'm gonna look and see what happened. So here it said it found 10 pages with the same title. So one way to solve that is to add the specific record ID to Claude. And the way to get the specific record ID is to add a property, add a formula actually to Notion. I should have done this before I started the video, but let's do it right now so you can see what I mean. So I'm gonna call this record ID, gonna type added the formula, just gonna type ID. I'm gonna select this. And here we have the record ID. So I'm gonna copy this to clipboard, use this specific writing template, and I'm gonna paste it in the record ID. This is gonna make it a lot more easier for Claude. So now we see it created the perfect template, and let's see what it created. So we have the crash course. So first, avoid these mistakes, thinking in decoding skills to automate AI workflows, waiting until your AI process is perfect before automating, believing one automation platform where all business needs. Now, where's AI automation going? Trends in data and AI automation. So here we have a awesome LinkedIn post with some trends, some actionable tips, which is researched by Perplexity and is super unique because I used the writing template. And now I'm gonna tell Claude to just store this in my Notion content hub. Give it a title. I'll store this LinkedIn post in your Notion. Let's have a look. So I'm gonna go to my content automation system, into my content hub, and I need to allow it again. So it gave it a title. Oh, it found an error. But the cool thing about MCP and AI agents is that when they encounter an error, they actually try to fix it themselves. Okay. And here you have it. This is the post, but as you can see, it still forgot to give it a title. At least we have the title here. And now it asks me if I want to schedule this post for publication. Let's say yes, schedule it tomorrow at 12 p.m. And as you can see, it created a date here. And the way I've set up my Notion template is I connected another automation to it, which can post straight to my social media channels. So on this specific date, the content will be posted. So here it says 14 hours. It's strange because here it says 12, but that's because there's a strange thing with time zones. And I should specify in Claude which time zone that I meant. Okay, for the next demonstration, I'm going to use another Claude project. I also have a few instructions here. So for this example, I'm going to analyze two competitors, this time in the project management software. So this time I'm going to use this prompt. I need to analyze competitors in the project management software market, focus on Asana, Monday, and ClickUp. Use Perplexity to research their features, blah, blah, blah. Now make an SVG presentation of the feature comparison, the pricing, and so forth. So I'm just gonna hit enter, and it's gonna start running Perplexity again. And here we see what Claude used to prompt Perplexity, and we can also see the result. Now it's gonna create a Notion page with this research and then create an SVG presentation. And now it started to create a SVG image. Cool, so here we have the comparison. So as you can see, Asana, intuitive, clean. So these are interface features, these are project views, automations, integrations, target users. All right, that looks cool. I'm gonna store this, download as SVG. And here is our new page. As you can see, it created a overview. For some reason, it started making a new SVG image, even though I didn't ask it to do that. And there we go. So we have a nice overview of this competitor analysis with a full breakdown and a nice overview. So now I'm going to show you how to create these MCP servers. Before I will show you how to do it in the video, I just want to tell you that in my community I created this step-by-step tutorial that you can download for free, and you can just follow along. Just in case if the video is not clear, you can just download this document and follow along step by step. So let's quickly go over how to set it up. So first off, we're gonna open GitHub. I'm gonna link this below the video. Inside GitHub, we're gonna go to Model Context Protocol, and we're gonna go to Servers. And here we can find all of the MCP servers that are available right now, both official MCP servers and community built. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with Notion. There's two Notion MCP servers, and I use the V3. So I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna create a new folder on my desktop, and I'm gonna call this MCP server YT demo. I'm gonna right click this and I'm gonna select new terminal, add folder. And here I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna go back to terminal and I'm gonna paste it in here. And it's already done. I'm also gonna copy this, and it's also done. And now we have to set up the environment. So as you can see, I have the folder here, and it created a few files and folders inside here. I'm gonna open again a new terminal at this location, and I'm gonna use this export Notion key equals, and then I'm gonna use my Notion API key. And to get your Notion API key, you will need to go to the Notion page that you want to integrate. Let's say this one, hit options, and then hit integrations or connections, manage connections, and then click on this develop or manage integrations. And here we can create a new integration. Need to give it a name, MCP YT demo. You can leave this at internal, hit save, configuration settings. I'm going to show the key. Now I'm going to copy this and hit enter. Okay, let's go back to GitHub. Here I'm going to copy npm run build to build the server, and that's completed. So next what we have to do is we go back to Claude, and we're going to go to settings, hit developer, hit edit config, and it's going to open this file. Just open it. You can open it with the text editor. Your file is going to be probably empty. And so what we need to do is we need to copy this and paste it into the text file. So as you can see, I already done this. The only thing you have to do is you're going to have to change this location, which is actually, if we're going to go back to my desktop, and we're going to go to this folder that we created in the beginning, and we're going to go to Notion server build, then we can find this index.js file, and the location of this index.js file is what we need to specify in the file. So as you can see, for me it's on this location. So whatever your location is, you're gonna have to change that here. And once you've done that, save the file. You can close it. You're gonna have to restart Claude again, and you go back to the settings, developer. You should have Notion settings set here. Next, so Perplexity is a little bit easier. What you have to do is you go to the Perplexity API. So it's perplexity/account/API. Obviously you need to create an account first, and you need to create an API key. You can hit create generate here, and you're gonna go back to Claude, back to settings, developer, edit config, open the file again, and let's go to GitHub. Let's find the Perplexity, MCP server. Gonna open it. So here we can see we're gonna use this npx, and we're just gonna copy this text, and we're gonna open the edit config again, open the text file. So in Perplexity, you're gonna have to generate an API key and just copy it. So what you can do is just copy this text, and you can copy the notion that you had before as well. Let's go to Claude and just say, create a valid JSON from these two. And I'm just gonna paste in the notion and the perplexity. And Claude is gonna figure it out how to write it without any mistakes. So you're sure that everything works. And here we go. So we're just gonna copy this, and we're gonna copy this text in the text. And when you're ready, just save it and close it. And check in the developers tab, and you should have Perplexity here. So that's it. If you made it to the end of the video, this is probably something that interests you. I have a free community where I share all kinds of things about AI automation, specifically for marketing, sales, content. So have a look at the community. If you have any questions about the video, the community is also the best place to ask it. If you are a business or an entrepreneur looking to implement AI into your business, there is also a link below the video to schedule a consultation. I'll see you in the next video.